We now return to Let's Play Hearthlands, the tutorial anyway. So, I've got one load of worst and one load of wine. I just got my second load of wine. Okay. So, yeah, the goods just sort of sit out here and wait to be collected, which is nice. Some houses will not evolve to higher levels if the appeal of the area is not high enough. Production buildings usually decrease appeal, so it's good to keep them away from your houses. Okay, and there is an appeal overlay right here. We can see that the town hall actually puts out a good deal of it, and so maybe I want to start planning sort of centrally around this. It's also nice that you get a tooltip just by clicking or hovering over the ground. You can see exactly how far out that appeal hits, so that's pretty cool. So these guys are waiting to evolve. Everyone else is either waiting for alcohol or is evolving to whatever level. Let's speed this up. Now, we need to put down some fancy trees and flower pots, because the game wants me to do that. So, unfortunately, the appeal structure variation is very limited at this point. Oh good, they're already getting their furnitures because we had that stockpiled. So there's not a lot of variety. I'm hoping that they will actually put something like that in later on, even if it's just random variation. I mean, we see this with the flower pots right now. It's random purple or blue. You know, even if it's not giving you the option of having dozens of... God, stop doing that. Dozens of different things to put down, it would be nice just to not have a line of these little trees. It's time to start developing your heavy industry. Build 4 coal diggers' lodges close to coal deposits with the black chunks in them, and 4 iron diggers' lodges near iron deposits with the brown chunks in them. That doesn't sound appetizing at all. We use coal and iron ore later to make iron, which is needed for weapons and armor. You can find those buildings under raw materials. You'll also need a wood burner shop, or can use a wood burner shop to make coal out of logs. A few tips about how to make your storage and distribution system efficient. Keep a store yard near your growers' lodges to quickly store all the harvest when it's ready. If a grower's lodge is full, a grower won't be able to harvest any more crops. Create a separate storage yard for food, alcohol, and finished goods, so you'll always have a reserve. Specialize your storage yards, otherwise they'll fill up with raw materials and there will be no room left for necessary goods. With that in mind, it would be nice if these just then sort of defaulted to not accepting anything rather than having everything be accepted, because if they're not big enough, they're really not big enough. These only hold 24 items apiece, so you would have many of them. And that's also kind of a pain because they take 12 people apiece, so not sure how I like that. Especially when you consider that we've only got 19 available currently. We do have some homes that are still waiting to have their stuff, so we won't have to worry too much about that. I mean, this is enough to get this 500 population, but I'm just saying, if we have to build another separate store yard, which I'm about to do, that's 12 people right there dedicated to nothing but storing this stuff. I will turn that off, and we will accept coal and iron. I'll accept 8, because I also want the iron itself. So yeah, there's one store yard dedicated to that one bit there. Is this the full thing? Okay. I never really paid attention to this before, so I just didn't notice all the goods that we've got there. Or more specifically, the limited number of goods that we've got there. This is under raw materials. Yes, okay. Coal. We'll just go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Needs more workers, the game screams at me. Yes, well, I'm sure they're coming. 1, 2, we'll just put another one right there. Okay, so that'll be good for that. They will go do their thing. Now, is there...
Hello?
No, I wasn't trying to click on you. I was trying to click on these, and I was trying to see if there's a way to determine how many are left in there, but I guess you can tell visually. I think they were clicking on these ones and that got rid of... This looks like 1, so that's probably 2, and then 3 maybe? I don't know. I guess I'll have to pay more attention to that, but they're already full. What are they doing with it? Oh, they're just low on staff, so that's a thing. Employment. let's see if we can't prioritize something a little bit differently here. I probably want the basics. I don't want to mess with this, actually. Everything so far looks good, and I don't really want to... What if I put that... Oh, if I turn it to low, it gets nothing, so let's not do anything with this. We don't have enough people to screw around. Game is saving. Okay. So these guys need clothes. Well, that's as far as they're going to go for the tutorial here. Brothers of Metal. Let's keep the heavy industry going. Build 2 smelteries to start smelting iron ore and coal into iron. Make sure the smelteries are connected with the road, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It also said there to set something to collect leather, which is a byproduct of this, but we won't be using leather this time around. Smelteries. That is not the type of army we're building towards. So we'll need 16. That actually means then that I need to bump this up and these down. I'll just leave them that way, though. I think we'll go through enough of them that we won't have them in storage. I'm just trying to keep this as limited as possible. We're short 44 people, and we're only going to have that many move in. So where are you people? Guess the houses just haven't evolved yet. Oh, mostly because I'm not paying attention to what their needs are. These guys need appeals, so I actually have to string some trees along the back. That's a good start. And, you know, like I said, if I wanted to build another neighborhood or something like that, it would allow me to do so. Yeah, now their needs are taken care of. Well, at least for now, they have that. You guys don't look like you're evolving. Okay, you are evolving. You just took some time. Well, whatever. But hopefully we can do something about this worker shortage. It's gone down, so that's nice. Let's zoom back in here. The zooming! There was an update to the game recently, and they fixed the zooming just a little bit. I'm not sure what they tweaked, but man, is it... It's very loose. It's very, very quick moving around the map. Well, not that that's a bad thing. I mean, it's actually a little bit... Compare that to Lethis, let's say, which was a little bit sluggish. I'm kind of okay with the responsiveness here. Those are some crazy haircuts you guys have. Of course, they've gone indoors now, so we can't see said crazy haircuts. Halfway to our goal. That's good. That's very good. There should be a 5 times fast. In fact, I would like to see it go 1, 2, 5, 10. But that's just me. The game actually does say in the tutorial messages that it does not recommend you play on 3 times speed because it's just too damn fast, apparently. But I've played the Impressions games on maximum speed because that is the only way to play those games, and so I'm used to a fast-paced game. I can't imagine playing this or the Impressions games or Lethis on normal speed. That's just way too slow. And especially for a Let's Play, that's not acceptable. See, I mean, here's a situation where I could probably make some more planks. I could probably work on another pig farm and another smokehouse, just so that we actually had some food for these guys. But, oh, are you, yeah, you're fine. Weapons and armor are made by a weaponsmith shop and an armorer's shop accordingly. You can also make bows and arrows. And breed horses. Military industry is a little bit different to other production. In order to start making weapons, you need to build barracks for the desired type of units. As long as the barracks are connected to an appropriate military workshop with a road, weapon production starts automatically and finishes when the barracks no longer requires resources to train units. So that's kind of nice. It's an automated system and you don't have to worry about stockpiling weapons. In fact, it doesn't even look like that's an option when we clicked on those storehouses. So I guess that's not something we can export or import. Every military unit requires a certain amount of coins and a set of weapons and armor to be trained. You'll also have to pay military upkeep regularly to support the troops. There are 4 types of units: axemen, spearmen, archers, and horsemen. Each type has certain traits. For example, spearmen are good against mounted units. Build a barracks, a weapon shop, an armor shop, and build an army. We need 8 axemen. So, we'll just build that here. We'll build the barracks there. Tear that down. And a weaponsmith. And an armorsmith. So, clicking on these, we can tell it what to produce. I don't know. I think this is also smart. In other words, the game manages this itself. Even though we have produced spears checked, it knows that there is no spearman barracks, and therefore it will not produce those weapons, just as the tutorial said. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so now all we get to do is sit around and wait for my little barracks to build. And this is something, I probably should keep something like this for the end of the series when I review it and all that, but immediately what struck me as different between this game and Lethis, which, if you're watching this video well after it was created, I just did a Let's Play of. I just finished it. You should go watch it. But to compare this to Lethis, Lethis was also inspired by the Impressions City Builder games, and my critique of that game was that it did not add much to the genre. It didn't try to add anything to the formula that the Impressions games did. But this game does a bit. You know, for one thing, it goes in depth with a lot more goods, and a lot more supply chaining and stuff like that. So if you like that, that's good. But it's just those little things where, you know, this is automated, so it won't produce things that you're not busy using. I mean, that's really helpful. That's pretty awesome. And the little things on the map like this that we're about to deal with as soon as my axemen get into place. You know, this game, even though it's still in development, even though it's not perfected yet, it's already added some stuff to the genre. So I applaud them for that. The military aspect, well, you're about to see, but it's similar to what the Impressions games were, but I feel it's also a little bit better. It's a little bit less finicky. Certainly Zeus. Certainly better than Zeus, when you had to click on the pole for their flag staff and then move that around. Oh, so annoying. This is actually a little bit better. It's not quite full-on RTS like I'd kind of maybe prefer. It's still a little bit clunky, but you know, this is a city builder game, not an RTS game. We are only halfway to the frickin' Axemen. My god, we're at 3 speed. Yeah. So, let's see, how could I speed this up? Obviously, I could build another weaponsmith, another armorsmith. I have 18, only 18, which means I really don't have enough to do that. I could, of course, add more homes. Don't really have the food for that, though, do we? We've got 22 units of food. And they take 1 unit per year? No, they take way more than 1 unit. I guess it was medicine it said they take is one unit of medicine. I don't know why these guys are taking so long to get the iron out. And I can understand these guys, because these guys over here are waiting for the season change to produce food. But this should be an all-around thing. You got... What on earth are you waiting for? We've got the people, we've got the goods. I'm not really sure what's going on right now. It's not telling me. The Bane of Darkness is the unit name. I imagine that makes for a very interesting tattoo. I can't see the progress for these buildings either, which is kind of annoying me. We're paying for a military I can't use just yet. What's going on? I guess, you know what? I'll just go ahead and do this then. I will get some people out here, and we'll just deal with this, because I don't want to wait. Well, that's okay. I can actually connect the road up over here. We'll get some more people in there, and then use them towards making something, because I can't stand this anymore. What are we waiting for? I guess maybe we're out of logs. No? We got logs. Leather is not something we're actually worried about. We should only be worried about making... Okay, now we're low on the staff, but that's just because of what I just did. I am confused. We've got the planks, we've got the iron. That should be turned into an iron axe. Let me turn off the spear. It's not, I mean, it's not making any, as you can see, but it's also not making any axes. Can I check my squad's overview? That doesn't tell me anything. What about this? Smelting? High priority? Military? High priority? Try that. We've got the people. What am I missing here? Planks, I guess. We don't have enough planks. So let's go into industry and get down another sawmill, because that's gotta happen. This is just too much. But that doesn't explain you. I guess you don't have any leather, so that means we need more pigs. I'm a little bit thrown off by this, because when I went through the tutorial the first time, I was able to do this just fine. I know I don't need a separate... In fact, I probably don't want to do this at all, because now we're going to need more turnips. I will just have you work on this, so that's fine. Even though I just wasted a ton of money there. What is going on? Okay, well, I'd hate to just sit here with nothing to fill in the time, so I'm going to pause until we find out what the frick is going on. Okay, well, I'm not really sure what was going on there, but anyway, you can see now it is actually telling me the training for these guys. We have our 4 axes, so that's why they stopped building the axes. We just didn't have the chainmail. I started bringing some planks over here, but that's a bit unnecessary now that I know what is wrong. So, yeah, these guys have stopped building that stuff, but you've also stopped doing this. Why? I guess maybe it waits? That's kind of silly, though. It shouldn't do that. It should be building 2 more. Worker shortage. You know what? Since we don't need that, let's get rid of it. So, we've got 2 more. We do. We need another bit of chainmail. You guys need to frickin' hurry up with the pigs. These are only 67% grown. Well, I could always put down more pigs. I don't have to actually wait for them to be made separately. So you're gonna cart that leather? Maybe I just need separate leather. It's not like they're... It might actually help, because otherwise it's just sitting there and they've got the one good just sitting. Okay, well... 25 population now. Okay, so I can afford a separate... This seems really silly, though. It seems really stupid to just do it this way. God damn it. You right-click on those things, even though you've got something in your cursor. If you right-click on it, it tries to open the menu. When right-clicking normally is what you use to deselect in this game. So, okay, so they've got their goods. This guy's got his chainmail. Bring it over there. They've got their iron and their leather, so they should be producing something. Yeah, that's all it was. We were just low on their supply goods. But yeah, it's like I said, I mean, when I went through the tutorial the first time, I didn't need to do this extra stuff. This worked just fine, so I'm not really sure what we got hung up on. But it stretches out the video, right? Hooray! 71%! Come on! We're almost at the end of this game. Yay! Every barrack stations one squad of 8 warriors. You can't control every unit individually, but you can give orders to squads. You can select a squad by clicking on the icon above the barracks, clicking one of its members, or clicking a squad icon on the squad panel. Left click on an empty spot to move them to the selected whatever blah blah blah, or
I'm sorry to interrupt
enemies.
you, sir.
My lord! I am terribly sorry to interrupt you, sir, but townspeople keep talking about the dead coming back from their graves near our city. Personally, I don't believe in such nonsense, but just out of curiosity, maybe we should go and check. Sure, where are they? Oh, if I didn't know better. Okay, so here we go, and we just move them. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I like this system better than the impression systems, because right there is the banner for the units that you want. Oh my god, that's loud. So instead of having to get in there and click on... God, that is freaking loud. Yay! So yeah, instead of having to get in there and click a little flagstaff or the units, you can just click on the banner. Total War style, actually. It's pretty good. You've successfully completed the tutorial. There are many things which haven't been covered by the tutorial. Trade, diplomacy, war, culture, fortifications, and more. Which is a little bit too much to try and explore on your own, I feel. I hope that the tutorial gets expanded in the future, in future updates, to sort of go over all that stuff. You can now start a new game and try them out. It's going to be a little late, though, for that to be added to the tutorial, because we will be starting a new game, and we will be looking at all that stuff next time.